Oh, baby. We're live. Wow, this is a brand new software. I'm working with brand new software, people, so bear with me here. Just bear with me, but we have a brand new software we're working with, me and Nate. But again, thank you so much, everybody, joining us live. Again, welcome to Beyond Cinema. All right, so this is September. Oh, man, I'm so excited because we got new software. We're crispy. We're pumping 1080p. Right now, we are crisp. Okay. With that
I could actually hear the music before the show. Normally, I just hear silence.
Yeah. Oh, anyway, look, with that said, we have a jam-packed show. Look, I'm your host, Alex Figueroa. My co-host is
Nate from Netflix Reviews.
All right, so today we're going to be covering every Jurassic Park film. We're going to be talking about the rankings. We're going to give our rankings, our Geeks and Flicks rankings of the films. And then, of course, Nate's going to give away where we rank them, our individual selves. And then, of course, we're going to talk about each Jurassic Park movie for you guys. And then, of course, we're going to have Triboro. Whenever he comes in, he'll be in the green room. But when he comes in, we have a special guest, which is Triboro Gigolo, which we have. This guy's been with us for a long, long time. So we have that. Number 2, we have box office for these numbers. We're going to talk about that. But what's crazy is, so you get to be part of the show. So I'm going to put up this. There's going to be a new system here. This is crazy. This is going to be the first time we're running this, so we're going to try this out. But you get to call in, but not calling in a sense of phone number, 201 or whatever. I'm not going to know your phone number. Don't worry about it. You're going to have to go to a new app, right? It's going to be called callme.road.com, okay? So all you have to do is go on the website and put callme.road.com, and I'm going to put a code. And when you put your code in, all you got to do is put your name, but please put your YouTube name. Don't put, like, my name is Abraham, because I don't know who Abraham is. Just put your YouTube name and then call in, and then, boom, we'll add your voice will come through the show, and then when you have a discussion with us. So, with that said, Abraham, yeah.
I hope we do get a call from someone named Abraham.
That would be pretty funny.
Pretty good.
But other than that, Nate, yeah, so anything you want to say before?
Yeah, let's do a little housekeeping first to say hello to everyone in the chat. What's up, chat? Jerry is here, Tony is here, Pablo is here, Ralph is here. Greetings, all of you guys. Thank you for being here. I'm sure more will trickle in as we go along, as usual.
Bring that up. You can see the nice boxes live. Yeah.
Yes,
that's where the guest is. Yes. The guest is not here. But yeah.
Pablo does not want you to have his number.
No.
So anyway, we hello to everyone in the chat. Number 2, don't forget, if you have not joined already, we do have memberships. We don't push them nothing crazy, but we do have members only video. Alex is doing some unboxing there. I might be doing some reviews moving down the line. So there will be some members only stuff, but we do have a membership. So join them if you would like, if you think we are worth your support. Also, we have super chats. Again, we will never ask for super chats I'm going to read the chat no matter what. What I will say is, if you want a specific question answered and you attach it to a super chat, we will guarantee we'll read it. That's all I'll say about that. Other than that, thank you for everybody who's here. We're going to talk about one of the greatest movies of all time tonight, and then some other ones. This is not my favorite franchise. It's just my favorite movie is in this franchise. So I'm excited to talk about the rest because I normally don't. So, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, look, Ralph is here. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Yeah,
Ralph,
how you doing?
You've been hiding from us. I don't understand.
Let me tell you something. This thing is like a command center now. I have this thing first of all, this is new software, but I'm liking it though. Everything is so easy. I see everyone's chats now. I don't have to have my YouTube open to read everyone's stuff. Everything is nice and big for me here. I can control everything. So again, thank you so much. We're going to go right into the show. Whenever they join in, they'll join in. But with that said, let's talk about some box office numbers, okay? So first thing first is box office. So when it comes to the box office is Jurassic Park, okay? The first movie, and I don't know how true this is, in terms of the entire franchise, this movie did $6.331 billion. So $6.3 billion, I guess you want to round up, right? That's a lot of freaking money.
It sounds too much. I'm going to guess... I think that's the franchise total.
That's what I said, the franchise. I never said the first movie.
I thought you said the first movie.
No. I said the franchise is
That's and that's pretty impressive for a 7. If you think about it, for a 7 movie franchise to make 6 point some, that's almost $1 billion each.
Yes.
So I would say a pretty successful franchise.
It's a very successful, but it's funny, right? Because we're going to talk about the movies, right, going down the line and how the movies are, but it is very interesting. You know, it's funny. My son has a rug of Jurassic Park.
It's the best rug in your house.
It's the best rug. Yeah, it's pretty much the best rug. All right, so let's go right into it. Jurassic Park number 1, 1993, over 1.1 billion. Now, I don't know if that's inflation, but I will say I don't think it was. So if it is, then yeah, it says 1.1 billion. Mm-hmm. So what do you got for that one?
I mean, that's not surprising. In the history of cinema, but really, I would say in the last 30, 35 years, that movie is sort of a seminal movie, you know, especially for people that were born in the 80s or grew up in the 80s and the 90s. That is like one of the biggest movies, and it is one of the most popular movies. So like, there's movies that are far less popular than Jurassic Park that have made over $1 billion. So it's not surprising at all that this one, you know, did. Well, go ahead.
The actual total, because I had to pull that up quick, was Jurassic Park 1 is $357 million. So that's the actual number when it first released. That run was 357. Yeah. I guess inflation is 1.1 billion if you want to do all that. But let's go with the 357 because that's more.
Well, it was the highest grossing movie of all time when it came out. Yes. So, you know, it was a record setter either way. Adjusted for inflation or not, it was a record setter of a movie. And look, you don't spawn a franchise usually unless you're a big hit. So, you know, I mean, it's impressive no matter how you look at it.
No, I totally agree. And this is what Tony Movie Chappie wrote. I'm going to squeeze this in a little bit here. Okay, so he wrote, people hate those Jurassic Park and World sequels, but they sure do make a lot of money because of the people and the kids love the damn dinosaurs. So with that said, that was the first movie. Now the sequel, Lost World, is called The Lost World Jurassic Park. That one came in at $229 million. So, at an opening of 72 million.
Yes. But what was do you have the budget?
No, but I could pull that up. You want me to pull it up?
Okay, I mean, yeah, just for comparison's sake, excuse me.
73 million.
Well, there you go.
73 million, so that's still a lot. You want to pull up the first one?
Yeah. What was it, but it's got to be lower. Jurassic. I bet you they spent more on 2 than 1.
63 million.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, it's like, you know, we're not talking about, you think about it, and we just rewatched these for this show, and obviously the effects and things are of their time and still hold up really well, but this is, I mean, I guess it would be equivalent to the movies now that come out with the $200 million budget and $250 million budget. Yeah. The difference is that would also be equivalent now, like, these movies make now what they made back then, adjusted for inflation. You know what I mean? So a big hit. Not as big as the first, but obviously still a big hit.
You're right on that because the next movie, Jurassic Park 3, $93 million budget. Mm-hmm. Okay? Yeah. And, oh my God, I have like so many mouses. And part 3 is $181 million.
Okay, so bigger budget, less money. Now, I will say, I remember when this came out. What was it, 2003, 2004, something like that, right? It was early
something
2000.
Like that, yeah.
But I remember I was in high school when that movie came out. And, at the time, it did not have that same pizzazz. They changed directors. It did not have the same buzz. Right. And I remember the reason, it didn't make as much, and they didn't make another one for a while. Like, the gap between that and Jurassic World is, pretty lengthy compared to, the first one was 93. The second one was, 97, I think, right. Or 96, 97. So then they took a big gap. That usually happens with these franchises when one is, like, profitable, but not as much, that's when you'll see that little break, and that's what happened here.
Yeah, no. I agree. I agree on that one. So let me just assign this dude quick. All right, there you go. So let's bring in Triboro.
Yes.
So let's bring him in. I have Ziboton.
Pablo wants to know, does
Yeah.
Alex's new software have a silly jingle when someone posts a super chat?
I really don't know. I think that's whatever YouTube do. I don't think that's what it does. But anyway, let's bring in Triboro.
Yes.
Let's bring him in. Button. There we go.
There
Can
he
you hear
is.
us?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yes, we can hear you. You good?
What's good? Yeah, what's up?
Oh, there you
All
go.
right. The Giants fan, they got their first win. Congrats, Triboro. Your Giants were winners today. Currently, we're just kind of going through the box office for all the movies before we get to the actual reviews and things like that.
Yeah, go Giants.
Go Giants. There you go.
All right. So, with that said, all right. So we're up to which one? We're up to part 4.
4 or Jurassic World.
Jurassic World. All right. So that one, that budget was $432 million.
The budget?
The budget was $432 million.
Yeah, but I think this one hit $1 billion.
Huh? Oh, I
think
mean,
this one hit $1
I bet
billion.
it. I bet it did. I'm just saying this one made. Well, no, it made $652 million lifetime gross.
Okay. So then Fallen Kingdom. Well, I know Fallen Kingdom and Dominion both hit $1 billion. So that's kind of crazy. That I mean,
I'm sorry. This one's Fallen Kingdom budget. Why is it giving me Fallen Kingdom? Oh, you know why? Because all of them are called freaking Jurassic World. So it's giving me. Okay, $150 million.
that sounds more.
$150 million. The second one was $432 million in budget.
Okay.
That makes more sense. No, okay, so with this one, it made $150 to make, and then it grossed $652 million at the box office.
That's a way more
There we
impressive than $600 million on a $400 budget. That would be a flop if that happened. So
Yeah.
that is a profitable movie. Again, this was another one that I remember distinctly when it came out because Jurassic Park is my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
And me and my friend were like, we got to go see this movie. And I think I saw it twice at the theater, the first Jurassic World. And it was packed both times. Like I remember this one, it didn't quite have that cultural relevance of the first, but it was close more than any of the other sequels. World was like a kind of a big deal when it came out.
Okay. Tribor, what you think about it?
I thought it was a fresh new take on the franchise, and bringing in Bryce Dallas Howard and forgot the other guy's name, Chris
Pratt?
the other guy, Chris Pratt. Yeah, I always get him and Chris Evans and Pines mixed up.
One of the Chris's.
Yeah, and my name is Chris as well, so that's it's kind of confusing. But Chris Pratt, bringing him in as Owen, and seeing them after like 22 years, actually have like the park that they always envisioned from the original one, and I thought it was good. It was like a more like a restart for the franchise, and that there was some scenes that I enjoyed in the film, like the final battle scene. If we're gonna talk about, I guess we'll talk about that, and then there was like the scene where Owen is on his bike and he's like following the raptors, and then he finds out that when the raptors are like talking to the Indominus Rex, that dinosaur, and then he finds out that he's part raptor, like the smaller ones, and I thought it was a decent film in the Jurassic World franchise. Like for that one, I like that one more than the other ones, but it was good. Like it was well acted. You had your action.
All right, a little mini review from Triboro already. All I like it. Okay, yeah. So there you go. That's what Triboro thought of that one. I mean, we're gonna go more. We're gonna go movie by movie too with the reviews as well. But yeah. So it was a like I said, when it came out, it was kind of everywhere, right? Like it was like the advertising was crazy. The theaters were packed. They had freaking dinosaur popcorn buckets and all that stuff. So like it was kind of a big deal. So I'm not surprised it made that much money. But I want to hear the next one because it has a crazy budget.
Well, so with this one, it was interesting. So this one, Fallen Kingdom, right? So Fallen Kingdom was around 170 million to 187 million dollars. But then there's reports that the total cost, including marketing and other expenses, reached over 400 million. The movie's overall cost of making was $516.1 million for this movie.
And what was the box
So
office?
it was the production cost was 187. The total cost of making was 500. That's a lot of money. And the box office for Fallen Kingdom was $417 million lifetime gross.
That's I could have sworn
1.3 billion.
There you go.
Domestic is 417.
Yeah,
million.
that second number is the one
Yeah.
I remember. 1.3 billion. So
Yeah.
they weren't crying in their popcorn buckets. Even with all that budget, they made over $1 billion.
So then Jurassic World, from my mistake, is 1.6 billion.
That sounds more accurate too.
That's more accurate.
So those are domestic totals.
Those are domestic totals. So now, so now I'm getting my bearings in. Those are domestics. So it looks like, from what it looks like, the worlds are making way more money than the OGs in this point. So now we're bearing. Like I said, I look like a damn octopus here with all these computer screens.
That's okay. While you have it up, let's just go to the last one and then let's get into the reviews. What did we have two more, Dominion and Rebirth.
Okay, so Dominion was 260, had an official budget of 583.9 million.
Oh my gosh. That's
so
crazy.
It said, all right, so it said at the time, this thing got to be blown up because I don't got my glass. Oh, here, okay, there we go. All right, making it the most expensive film ever made at the time of its release, though the final net cost was lower due to significant UK government tax credits and pandemic support programs. The high production costs were primarily a result of filming during COVID-19 pandemic, which led to prolonged quarantine periods for the cast and crew in the United Kingdom. Total budget was 583.9 million. Oh man, that's a lot of money.
That's insane.
That is insane. Approximately 465 million after taxes and government support. So the government was like, "Yo, we're gonna have to help you out."
They always get tax credits depending on where they film movies.
So okay, so with that said, that came out and Dominion made 376 million domestic.
Okay.
Worldwide, $1 billion.
So three straight $1 billion movies.
3 straight $1 billion movies. Yeah.
Okay. I know Rebirth did not hit $1 billion. It was like
Rebirth,
800 and something.
All right, we'll do Rebirth right now.
But it still did a lot. But
Jurassic World Rebirth. I don't know why they keep using these damn names. 100 and okay, so it says the production budget for Jurassic World Rebirth was reported around 180 million, though some reports suggest that it could be closer to 225 when including other costs. But this figure does not include marketing expenses. This budget is significantly lower than the predecessors, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, which was reported at 432, and Dominion, which was around 265. So right now it's saying 180. So I'm gonna go with the 180. And Rebirth came in at Dominion
800 and something worldwide.
All right, so it's not showing me here, but let's do it this way: Jurassic World Rebirth.
This is interesting, Alex, because this is one of the
$867 million worldwide on a $180 million budget. Now, if you look at it across the board, it's a highly successful franchise.
Yeah, Jurassic World Rebirth is the number 4 movie this year in 2025. Like, it is the 4th highest grossing as far as domestic.
Okay.
And then if you go international, I think it is It's also pretty close. Let's see, international. Of course, it only wants to show me. I think it's up there too. I think it's still. I think it's still in that same
Ballpark.
ballpark. Yeah.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, and this is interesting because when we do these franchise rankings, it's rare that we do a movie that is like this new.
Yeah.
This movie just came out a couple months ago. So usually we're doing these franchises where they're all done. This one is still, I guess we could say, actively going because this movie made profit. Like it still made money. Did it hit $1 billion? No. But when the budget is, half or less of the movie before, and you still almost made $1 billion, it was still a very, very successful movie. And they're making money on these 4Ks. People everybody bought it. Everybody and I know bought it. So they're raking in a lot of cash on this movie. I bet with everything, it's probably very close to $1 billion, even for this movie.
Yeah, I mean, Tribor, what do you think of those numbers for Rebirth?
I mean, it was good. I don't really have I don't really pay attention to numbers. As long as the movie is good for me, I mean, because like a movie can make $1 billion and still be crap. So I don't really get into like the numbers, but as long as the story's good and the casting, you know.
Hey,
Transformers 2. Transformers 2. $1 billion. One of the worst movies ever.
That one is pretty true.
Exactly.
With that one. Let me bring in Pablo's what he wrote. That's cool. I could do that. Okay. He said one of the few 2025 summer movies that did well overseas, and all the comic book movies pretty much bombed worldwide.
Yeah, it did better than Superman. It did better than Thunderbolts. It did better than Captain America. It did better than Fantastic Four. Overseas, like international, it made more than all of them.
And then, it could be, and that's due to oversaturation. I mean, the amount of superhero movies that were coming out, pumping every year. And then Jurassic Park, the last one was what? The Dominion was what, 2022? Was Dominion, so 3 years ago? So if you really look at it with the OG, and then they rebooted it again. Yeah. So, and it's a kids thing. Kids are like, I want to see dinosaurs.
Oh, they love dinosaurs. Yeah,
so
sure.
that's an easy moneymaker there. Instead of superheroes, like my kids could give two craps about Fantastic Four and all those things. But all right, well, with that said, let's get right into the.
All right, now chat. You guys go ahead as we're reviewing. Give your thoughts on these movies. Y'all know the deal. I will read your thoughts on them as much as I can, just to keep it moving. And then at the end, when we do our ranking, you guys rank along. I will give you our group ranking, and I will give you where everyone put it individually, as we go through. So I'll give you Triboro, Alex, myself, and then our group ranking. But yes, talk about the movies in the chat, and I'll read them when we're done.
Okay, so with it, I'm going to see if this works, but if it does, that's cool. But I'm going to put the first one. Do I put it here? Let's see. Oh, okay, I could put it there. Oh, my God. Why am I doing this live?
We needed to test this for real.
I needed to test this stupid thing, and I decided to do this on a live freaking show. Okay, this might work. This might not. But let's do this now. Jurassic Park 1. Hey, it looked like it worked. So
it looks like you have it on your shirt now.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Put my...
There you go.
There we go.
There you go. You gotta do the
There we go. I'm gonna do the whole show like the fat guy that ate the Snickers. All right. With that said, the first one, we're gonna do the first Jurassic Park. So with that said, Charborough, you're the guest. You go first. Take it away with your thoughts on the first movie. All right, and do not rank it. Don't say your don't give it your score. Yeah, don't score yet.
Okay.
But go ahead.
All right. I love the first movie. I remember going to see this in '93, and to see a film by Steven Spielberg, and it's action. You have like some historic facts in it. It's well directed. The cast was great, and it was like just watching that trailer and seeing so many different iconic scenes, like the one scene with the grandkids with Tim and Lex, and when they stuck in the Jeep and it's raining, and you got a T-Rex. They hear T-Rex and he's coming out to the car and he's attacking the car and trying to get them, and Alan comes to save them, and I remember seeing that scene in the trailer, and the scene where the grandkids are like they're eating, and then they see they see the raptors, and they
Mm.
gotta hide in like the kitchen part where the raptors are. I love it. It's just so many iconic shots and scenes with that film, and to me that'll always be like the best one for me in the series, because that's like the first one that really set it off for everything else after that. Jeff Goldblum, great actor, Sam O'Neill, Laura Dern, just a great cast of actors and actresses.
Right on. All right, Nate, you want to go?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna keep it short because we are working on our director spotlight show, and we're gonna have to review this movie again. I want to save most of my thoughts for there. Here's what I'm gonna say. Number one, I 100% agree with everything Triboro said. He was right on everything. Number two, I saw this movie in the theater. I was a kid. I was 6 years old when this movie came out. Scared the crap out of me. I didn't watch most of it because, it was a different time. 6-year-olds now love dinosaurs. But when you've never seen them, this movie's kind of scary. If you were there in 93 and if you were a little kid. It starts with a guy getting eaten by a raptor that you can't really see, and it's horrifying. So I didn't really watch it as a kid. However, the older I got, I have seen this movie probably more than, maybe not more than any other movie, but it's definitely in my top like 3 most watched. It is my favorite movie of all time. Not one of. It is my number 1 favorite movie of all time. So that tells you all you need to know. I'm going to let Alex go, but it is, and I will say to the cast part that Triboro was talking about, the funny thing is, like, it's a great cast, but at the time in 93, like, none of them were like Richard Attenborough. He was been around since like the 60s or 70s, whatever. But everyone else, like, Laura Dern did some parts. Sam Neill was in some movies in the 80s and, in the early 90s. Goldblum was in stuff. But, like, this was the one that, especially those 3, and Samuel Jackson, he wasn't a big name at the time. This movie really put them, I think, on the map as far as being big stars. So it was a star maker in a lot of ways as well.
Yeah. I totally agree. I mean, this looks so goofy, but yeah, I totally agree. Look,
With the headphone up.
I look like a Beastie Boy. But yeah, so in terms of Jurassic Park 1, I did enjoy it. I totally agree. I mean, I'm not going to go all crazy because we got director spotlight Steven Spielberg coming up, but I will say is that I've really enjoyed this movie. Still holds up. Very classic movie. CGI is not there anymore. Like, even if you watch it in the newer formats like the 4Ks and stuff, it looks outdated as hell, but it doesn't even matter because the story is so lovable and so fun and the characters are so great that you can enjoy it. It really doesn't matter, and it's very suspense. I like the suspense and the horror of it, like the way he shot it, like especially with the velociraptors at the end when the kids are running away, and then it's very scary. Especially when he's scratching his toes and then he does the screaming and it runs down and hits the metal, whatever it is. The
little reflection.
Shelf. Yeah, that was like really scary at the time. The T-Rex scene still looks great for this time.
Oh, yeah.
It's still, I mean, there's a lot of errors if you look at it. Like, there's like a 80-foot drop, but then the T-Rex is mad small. Like, how did he climb over that little ledge to get there? But it doesn't matter.
Did you ever see that thing where someone made a map and it showed how that the ledge would still be there and he just was on another part of the thing?
No.
Have you ever seen that?
No.
Oh, someone made like a diagram of like, how can this work? And it doesn't all the way work. But I mean, okay, their drawing works, but I think it was just sort of a blooper. But either way, that to me is one of the greatest movie scenes of all time. The T-Rex car scene. And you're right with the CGI. Some of the CGI doesn't hold up, but there's tons of practical effects in this. And they look incredible even now. They built just robot dinosaurs.
Yeah, I mean, it's still great. It's a still great looking film and heartfelt, and it still holds up. That's what I mean. It just still holds up, and it's great. So, all right, let's go.
Let me read the chat.
I'll
real
pull
quick.
up the chat right now.
Scott says Jurassic Park is chaos theory. Evan is here. Evan says Jurassic Park, it felt like it changed our world. All of a sudden, every school lesson and everyone was into dinosaurs. Great movie. I made my dad buy this twice on VHS. Once for the family and one for me. Tony says Jurassic Park, while I don't put it as one of my all-time favorite movies, I think it's a great movie. Spielberg did something truly special here. Some of the best written characters I've ever seen. Take notes, people. This is how you combine both CGI and practical effects. Masterfully done. Angelina's here. She says Jurassic Park is one of my top of all time. At the time it came out, the dinosaurs were mesmerizing, and to this day, it always brings me joy to watch. And now my son loves it. You see, that's why, Alex, that's why I knew I liked Angelina. One of her tops of all time. Tony says, I can't read questions, Tony. Sorry. Next, Scott says, the T-Rex only worked for like 5 minutes in the rain at a time before they had to dry it off to get it to work again. A little fun fact. And then Tony says, and while I love the book, but I will say that the movie is a superior version of the book, and the changes with and the changes with the best and made the movie better. Okay, I don't know what he means there, but he's saying the changes made the movie better than the book, since Michael Crichton did co-write the script as well.
Okay. Interesting.
So a lot of love. I didn't hear anyone there besides Tony that said it was not one of his all-time favorites. Everyone else seems to really love this movie.
Okay.
Especially Scott. I know Scott loves it. You better not piss me off.
He cried. He was like, oh.
I cried too. I was scared.
Oh my God. All right, so here we go. The next one is the sequel, which is called Lost World. Lost World, then Jurassic Park. So this one is directed also by Steven Spielberg, a little logo there on the corner. With that said, Triboro, you take it away with what's your thoughts on the sequel to Jurassic Park? Go ahead.
I like this. I like this more years ago. Like rewatching it now, it was okay. They brought in a new character, a couple new characters. We found out that Ian is like co-parenting. He has a stepdaughter, Kelly. She's African American. I think they alluded to that in one of the scenes. There was like a small joke about that, and to me it was a lot of talking. There was a lot of dialogue in the film. There was some action, towards like the last hour of the film. I love the scene with when T-Rex he breaks free from the ship, and then he goes into the residential neighborhood and he goes to drink the water in the pool from one of the neighbors, and the kid sees him in the window when he's sleeping, and he runs to his parents and tells his dad there's a dinosaur in the window, and of course his parents don't believe him. They go rushing to his room, and then they see the dinosaur and they start screaming, and that was a funny moment. And I like that. I just feel like I wanted a little bit more action and a little bit less dialogue in the film, but it was a decent sequel. It made a lot of money. It was good.
Right.
Yep.
All right, Nate, what you got for that sequel?
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what he said. So again, I'll do the Cliff Notes version. But you know what? I just came up with an idea that I'm going to do for this, for our reviews here as well. I'm going to talk about the children, because all of these movies have one thing in common besides dinosaurs. They all got kids in these movies. And Alex, you know how I feel about kid actors. Usually, I would say 7 times out of 10, they're annoying. And the other 3 times, they're pretty good. All right, the children in the first movie, Lex and Tim, amazing. Love them both. I don't really have any no notes for them. Here, you have Jeff Goldblum's daughter, like Triboro was talking about, her stepdaughter. She's okay. She's like a gymnast, which I hate that scene, by the way. Here's the thing with the Lost World. I like it. I think it's like a good movie. It's nowhere near the magic of the first movie. It's not as impactful or amazing because we've seen dinosaurs. So now you have to try and, do something different. And I don't think the story's as good as the first one. this movie has things that I really don't like, which I can't say that about the first movie. So I don't like that gymnastics thing where she's a gymnast and she's like swinging on the thing and like kicks a raptor and the raptor goes. I'm like, she weighs like 80 pounds. That dinosaur wouldn't even budge if she kicked it like that. Like, give me a break. However, I do think it has some great moments. I do think the T-Rex scene in this one with the two T-Rexes and the truck that they're like going over the ledge with the baby. It's not as good as the one in the first movie, but it's really good. It's like a really, really good scene. And if you look at the whole franchise, that's one of the best, I think, like sort of T-Rex suspense scenes, after the first film. So I like the new characters are fine. This one made the villains more mustache twirling. You know what I mean? Like it's not just the dinosaurs this time. It's also the InGen people, and the scene with the T-Rex in San Diego, I do think is fun. It's not like suspenseful or scary, but it is fun just to see a dinosaur like walking around the suburbs and drinking out of the pool. So I think it's a good sequel, but I don't think it's like an amazing film. Nowhere near as good as the first one for me.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna be honest with this one.
I know your ranking, Alex. So
you already know my rankings on this one. I'm not too crazy on this movie. I thought it was an okay movie. I don't think it's like the greatest sequel out of all of them. Because I know we were reviewing this one too. So I think this one was. I don't know. It was fun. I just don't like the villains in this one. I don't know what it is. I do like Roland, the guy who hunts them. I like his character, and I don't know why they never brought him back. He was such a cool, unique, different character. I was like, they should have brought him back. I didn't care for the villain. Again, another person who takes over this guy's thing, and then they want to take all the dinosaurs and do some stupid thing with them. I'm so tired of that storyline. I know they're going to get repeated like 6 times down the line when we talk about them. But I just didn't care for that storyline. I did like them chasing the animals around with the cars when they first land. I thought that was pretty unique when they were doing that. The T-Rex scene was cool. I wasn't too crazy with it. I thought it felt like it was way too longer than what it should be, but I thought it was okay. Now that the parents for the little kids were Elliot from E.T. It was the son and the daughter, the sister. I don't know if you guys noticed that. It was Elliot, the E.T.
In what?
Wow.
In Lost World, the parent when the boy's
the
like,
parents
Daddy,
of the kid with the pool. Oh,
Yes.
that's Henry Thomas.
That's Henry Thomas and the
that's
little
pretty
girl
cool.
from E.T. As grown-ups.
I didn't know that.
I like that. That's a
Yeah.
Hey, that's a Spielberg movie. He said, "Hey, Henry, you want to play it?"
They were like, let's bring those characters back. Yeah, it
This
was
is a
Elliot.
secret ET sequel as well.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow!
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah,
I love
I was like, no way. And then I looked it up, and they brought them back.
And I know how he looks. Why did I never even really?
I was surprised
Thinking
that you
I
would have
don't know.
not even known that was Elliot. Elliot. But yeah, okay. So that's Lost World.
I got a question though.
Go ahead.
Why didn't they never? Well, I mean, we saw one scene with the grandkids, but they didn't bring them back in the whole sequel.
That's writers.
Yeah,
they just the writers were like, we don't
right.
need them.
they're right there at the beginning. They go see their grandpa.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always wondered. I'm like, why? Well, I think if you really think about it, it would be kind of hard to shoehorn them in. Like, why would they be at that island if it's a secret sort of like mission to go? He's not going to send his own grandkids there. I mean, Jeff Goldblum's kid snuck in. She wasn't even supposed to be there anyway.
Yeah.
So unless they snuck in for some reason, but you would think they'd be probably traumatized from that first movie. I don't think they want to see a dinosaur ever again. So I think it was like a cute cameo.
It could be. I mean, the other actors never even showed up. So
Yeah.
at all. It was only Jeff Goldblum. Like Dr. Grant and Ellie wasn't even in the.
They should have brought back Samuel L. Jackson, Arnold, but with one arm.
He survived.
He just has one arm. That would be so funny. You don't see his dead body in Jurassic Park. You just see his arm.
That's true. He could have survived.
He
with
got
one
out
arm.
of there. I don't know.
Yeah, he could have. Yeah. Oh, he has a robotic arm, like a one-arm robot.
If he had a robot, bro, this movie would be as good as the first one if he came back with a robotic arm.
Samuel Jackson with a robotic arm. That would be
All right,
funny.
let me go to the chat really quick. Well, I love Jurassic Park. Okay, let me see. Tony said, uh, the Tambo Hunter. I don't know what that means. The Hunter dude is one of the most underrated characters in the franchise.
Oh, Rollin.
Scott says, "Oh, okay." And Scott says, "LOL." Dr. Grant climbs out of bed, cuddling Hammond in the beginning. Then when Malcolm goes upstairs. That would be weird, Scott. I don't know about that.
So
and then
weird.
Ralph says, I know the movie makers made these changes for the movie, but the Velociraptors were too big compared to how they really were. They were about the size of small dogs. Now, I've heard this as far as dinosaur accuracy, that Velociraptors are like small and they have feathers.
Really?
Yeah, they're not like big. In these movies, they're like 6 foot tall and 6'5", and they're big. So I've heard that, but yeah, Ralph makes a good point. What's scarier, a little dog chasing you or a 6 foot dinosaur chasing you?
Well,
So,
it was the same
yeah.
thing with Jaws. Steven Spielberg said, "Well, I'm not going to make an 18-foot shark because that's not scary," so he made it 26. He said,
Yeah.
"Make it bigger." To
Make it bigger. It's a movie. It's got to be larger.
Yeah,
And
why not?
also, it's dinosaurs. Who really knows? Ain't nobody was around back then. Evan said the craziest part of this movie is seeing the gas prices when the T-Rex is running around. Ain't that the truth? Way cheaper. Way
All right,
cheaper.
Here we go. Let's go to part 3. So the next one comes out, part 3. All right, so Triboro, you take it
okay.
away with this one on part 3.
Part 3, I went to see this when it came out in theater. I really enjoyed this one. Really liked this one more than part 2. Having William H. Macy and Tia Leone, Trevor Morgan played their son. You had Sam Neill. They brought him back. They brought Laura Dern back. I really enjoyed it. Watching it in the theater, like the opening, like not the opening scene, but like the scene with the spinal
Spinosaurus?
how you say it the Spinosaurus. Yeah, that scene where the plane crashed in the woods, and the Spinosaurus is like trying to like get to them in the plane. That was it felt like a horror movie. Like that scene, it felt like it was more violent. There was some gore in the movie, and I enjoyed it. I think just in the it was really good. Like their acting, and then having the OG members, Laura Dern and Samuel Neill in it as well. And I really enjoyed the action scenes, and the Spinosaurus as the big baddie in the film. He was good, and I really enjoyed it. I think it's the most underrated sequel to me in the series.
Nice. All right, Nate, take it away.
All right. I love that Triboro said all that. So now I get to talk more freely because Steven Spielberg did not direct this one. So we will not be covering this ever again, except right now. And now I get to talk a little more. And I'm going to tell you guys something. I've caught not flack for this, but I've definitely have some friends who I've gotten into arguments with. I don't like this movie very much. There's a lot of things in it that bug me. I've never been a fan of this movie. Even when it first came out, I remember leaving the theater and being like disappointed. I could see Triboro's point. I do think to a lot of people it's a kind of an underrated sequel, sure. But let me just tell you what I don't like. Number one, I don't like the decision to have the Spinosaurus take over rather than a T-Rex. Just me, personally. I mean, I get it. As far as I know, it was like a real dinosaur and stuff, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just a purist, and it's always bothered me, but I don't like that scene where it like kills the T-Rex. I'm like, this is dumb. Pissed me off. Number two, the kid in this movie is my least favorite kid out of all the Jurassic movies. It's so unbelievable that this kid's been on this island with these dinosaurs by himself with no training and has been able to survive hiding in bunkers. He got the pee. Everybody remembers he has those jars of pee. How'd you get them? He's like, you don't want to know. Give me a break. He would have got eaten. The scene where they're walking and he could hear the cell phone ringtone from inside the dinosaur's stomach from like a mile. I can't even hear my ringtone when it's like in the other room. And you're telling me this kid can hear it from, I don't know, 2,000 feet away inside a dinosaur, which it should have been destroyed anyway with his, whatever acid dinosaurs got in their stomach. It's just so many silly, weird things. There's moments I like. I like the pterodactyl scene and the aviary type thing. I think that's a really good scene. Sam Neill coming back was good. I like Sam Neill, obviously Dr. Grant. It was cool to see Laura Dern in kind of a cameo. But the premise here of this family, like their kid flew over, it's like a rescue mission. I think this one feels the least like a Jurassic movie because most of the other ones focus on similar things. Dinosaurs and like capitalist greed, right? Greedy corporations don't care about human life as long as they can make some money. This has none of that. It's just a rescue mission, except the guy who wants to steal some eggs from the pterodactyl. So I don't know. It's always felt like the redheaded stepchild of this franchise to me. But the interesting thing is, like Triboro said, to what's underrated to one person, it feels like an off kind of beat movie to another person. And to me, that's kind of always how it's felt. It's just like this one. I don't think it's the worst movie out of it. It's not my lowest rated, but it's one of my least favorites.
Man, interesting. Because man, you pick some picky
really like
ass singings, bro. You picky. I'm like, geez.
Oh, listen, you've done the same thing, but
not picky like you can hear a cell phone. They did that for the audience, so the audience
that is
go,
so
shit,
stupid. The moment it happened, I was like, please. There's no way. He's like, you hear that ringtone? He's singing the song. I'm like, bro, that ain't. Even when I was like 15, when this came out, I was like, there's no way. This is.
They just did that so the audience could go, oh my god, the dinosaurs.
It's still dumb.
Oh my god. Anyway, I would say that anyway. I agree with Triboro here. I think this is a really good, solid sequel. I totally agree. It's not the capitalism that you want with the InGen and everything. It's like a side story to Jurassic Park where they bring back one of the OG characters so they could get two, because they brought back Ellie and you get to see what she's been doing with her life. You don't get Malcolm. Malcolm is not in this one. You don't get to see John Hammond's nephews and nieces or his grandkids. So you don't know what's going on with their life. But I enjoyed it for what it was. I thought it was a really cool movie. I thought it was shot different. I felt like it was more. They were trying to go more horror with this one. A lot more horror.
Joe Johnston, the director of this, who did Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. He did The Wolfman with Benicio del Toro.
Yeah.
Recently did Captain America, the first Captain America movie. So he's done some The Rocketeer. He's done some really good movies. He's a good director.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty fun. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it gets you into the gate once they land the damn plane, the damn thing starts. It's not like you wait. Yeah. Like the guy is screaming, everyone's running into the thing where she's screaming for her son. The whole thing with the son staying in the island, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he was a Boy Scout. There's so much storylines that you could go with. I don't freaking know. Newt survived in Aliens. With fucking aliens all over the place. This guy can't survive in an island with dinosaurs?
He could, but that doesn't mean I like it.
I'm just saying, Newt had no food. Newt was in a freaking, in a duck. Like, in a duck in space. Like, in the dark. Like, this dude found food. Like, and then... Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know. I guess. I don't know. That's a very
The best part of this movie is when William H. Macy calls a dinosaur a tricycloplot. That part makes me laugh every single time. It's guaranteed. I'll be like, this movie's bugging me. And then he'll be like, that tricycloplots. And I laugh. It's every time. That part's funny. But I don't like those characters either. I think the characters in this, to me, are the worst characters out of the first three movies.
That's what I would agree with. I think the characters are not relatable, or not even relatable. It's not enjoyable to watch. Like, you don't care for them, like, at all. You just, even the mercenary dudes, you know they're gonna get eaten. Like, why do I care for those characters? You know they're gonna get eaten. So it's like, why? But anyway, I thought it was a solid sequel, though. I mean, out of the three, we're gonna get to the new world now.
I know a lot of people who like this movie, or they fall more in your camp. I'm usually the odd one when I talk about this one. It's just for some reason it never really clicked for me.
You like the realism. You don't want kids to survive in the wilderness. You
Nah,
want it to
Steve, that
get
kid, he's
eaten.
the worst kid out of all of them. All right, real quick to the chat. Tony says, I like Jurassic Park 3 as a B-level horror monster flick. I love the return of Alan Grant, but I didn't like that they split him and Ellie up. Sorry, I love the Spinosaurus and him taking out the T-Rex. Scott says, the best part of this movie is literally the T-Rex versus the Spinosaurus. Other than that, it was okay. Stephanie's here. She says, hey, everyone, what's up, Stephanie? Evan says, I like this movie, but I rented it on a night after I got let go from a job. So it's just what I needed at that time, but I understand the criticism. Tony says, Nate, that's kind of like what happened with Predators 2010 when the new Predator killed the original Predator in the end. That kind of made me mad a bit. See, Tony gets it. And then he says, I also laugh at Alan Grant Raptor drama. The Raptor says, oh yeah, when he's like, remember when he's dreaming?
Oh,
Wake
up, Alan.
Alan.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And Jay's here. What's up, Jay?
Yeah. Predator.
Yeah, that's funny.
That was funny. I laughed. I mean,
Alan.
Wake up, Alan. All right, Jurassic World. We got, all right, the new reboot, 2025, the 2015 reboot of Jurassic World. Chris Pratt, new character. We got, what's her name? Dallas Howard. She's in this. New cast and crew with everybody. So with that said, Triboro, take it away. What did you think of the new Jurassic Park?
This was good. It was a good restart for the franchise, and casting Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard, and it felt new. It felt like they were starting. They was not starting over, but continuing the franchise just with like a newer cast and updating it. And I like the fact that for Owen's character, like he was really in tune with the dinosaurs, and especially like the raptors, like that one scene where he's like in the cage with the raptors and they're about to attack. There was a guy that was in the cage with them that was about to attack him, but he tells the guy to get out the cage and close the cage, and he knew how to speak to them, and they trusted him, and which is why they never attacked them. And even in the final battle scene when they actually helped him out, and it was like they had their appearance, but they were so close to Owen, and he that was a good. You could tell like he was close with them, and he cared about them. It wasn't about money or propaganda with them, and Bryce Dallas Howard, she was good in this film as well, and I like the action scenes were good. The newer dinosaurs, the Mosasaurus, and the Indominus Rex. He was the like new bad villain in this one, and I like this one. This was good.
Yeah, I agree with what you said, brother. I agree. This one was a shocker to me. I'm gonna be honest. This was a very shocker of a film. Like I was just like, when I went to see it in the theater, I'll just go Nate. But when I went to the theater and me and my wife went, I'm like, is this one gonna be really good or is it gonna be the same shit? And it was different. And I liked the whole theme park was already built. Like it was already built. So I was like, okay, this is cool. And I ain't gonna lie, I had a crush on Bryce Dallas Howard after this movie. I was like, oh boy. But yeah, I was like, whoa, who's this chick? Chris Pratt felt like he felt in this world. Sometimes when you bring a new cast, you go, do they really fit in this Jurassic Park world? Chris Pratt does. He felt like a raptor handler. I guess if I said it right. And I agree with Gigolo on this one is, I did like the Blue and him connection, that he raised him as a kid, so he has like that puppy, like that dog owner, like, wow, he still can bite the shit out of him, but he still respects him. He's like, whoa, I can't do much. So I kind of like that. The Indominus Rex I thought was really cool scenes with that thing. I love how they used the T-Rex. Like, oh, we got to bring him down. They had to go back to the OG to whoop some ass. I like that. I love the water sequences with the water, that thing that's in the water. I don't know what the hell that's called. A Mochachakalakaloda. Yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
I was like, that's cool. Yeah, I feel like all these dinosaurs get these damn Starbucks names. Like I'm getting it's hard to remember these things. The mocha chocolate, like Saurus.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, but I think I think they did a great job with this one. Now, if it was under Steven Spielberg, would it have the heart and stuff like that? I don't know. Because this is from a different person. So I think it worked. I think it worked very well, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was a very solid, I was really happy. Even when I left the theater, I was like, you know what? I could actually watch a new one, another one with Owen doing something. But that was just me. But yeah, with that said, Nate, go ahead, take it away. What you got?
Yeah, I agree with both of you. Honestly, I remember seeing this one in the theater, and it was probably the closest thing to the original Jurassic Park, especially when it came out. Actually being at a park, similar to the first movie. You have, I think, good characters in this movie. As far as if you're not going to have any of the originals, I like the stand-ins that they got. Right, Owen's pretty much the Dr. Grant. There is no Ian Malcolm character, which is fine. Then you have the girl, the female lead, Bryce Dallas Howard. You have the businessman with the Indian guy, who I actually like in this movie. He doesn't seem to be. He's like Dr. Hammond in that way of like he really just wants to like share this stuff, but he's just as naive in thinking that he's going to be able to actually pull it off. So I kind of like that. You have Vincent D'Onofrio. I love Vincent D'Onofrio, and he's cool as like the villain. Yeah, he's like they want to use the Raptors for like military. I'm like, that's a cool. See, if you're going to do this movie at this point, you got to have something really unique that you're doing. I think this mixes some unique ideas with the feel of a theme park with dinosaurs in it. So I actually like this movie. I think it's good. I think the music, I like the new. So the original has one of the greatest scores of all time. This one uses the theme once, but it actually has its own score that's pretty good as well. So like I like the new music. Michael Giacchino did the score for this. It's good. Yeah, I think this is a solid movie. I liked it when it came out, and when I rewatch it now, I still enjoy it. I think it's solid. Again, you're never going to capture the magic of the first, but at least this one is a lot of fun. I agree with Triboro. It has some good action scenes. The scene with the motorcycle and the Raptors are like running with them. Great. Alex, you're right. The T-Rex scene at the end when it comes out, like when they open the door and she has the flare and the T-Rex comes out, like I remember at the theater, I was like, this is what I've been waiting for. Where's my T-Rex? And there it is. Yeah, and this was the first one to really make one of the dinosaurs into a character with Blue. Right? None of the other ones, they're just trying to eat people. This one actually has one that has a name. I mean, there's other ones, but that one has a name, and it's almost like a character in the movie, which I thought was interesting as well. So yeah, it's a good movie. I think it's really solid.
Yeah, I mean, the blue character, I like the blue character. It's funny, like, I don't mind when it comes to dinosaurs, right? Like, you're not going to name all of them, and you're going to go, oh, I want this one in the movie. But if it makes sense to the story, I really don't mind, right? Like, how you have Scooby-Doo, you have the damn dog, and then you have Shaggy. Like, they're together. They're one. Yeah. That's what I felt like with Blue. Blue and Chris Pratt is the Shaggy and Scooby of the Jurassic Park. So I kind of like that. And then the T-Rex, you're always going to have the T-Rex because everyone knows the T-Rex. You know what I mean?
It's the logo.
Yeah.
Like the T-Rex is the logo of the whole thing.
Yeah, so that, like, I enjoyed that for what it was. So I thought that was fun. So
all right, so to the chat real quick. Billy joined us. What's up, Billy? Billy says,
what's up,
came
Billy?
here late. Jurassic Park 3 is my second favorite, mainly for the Spinosaurus and being the only one that has Dr. Grant. John Doe Juggalo's here. What's up, Jeff? How's it going?
Jeff?
Scott says, Jurassic World is solid. Story-wise, it's definitely refreshing to the franchise. Tony says, Jurassic World was an excellent start, and I love the theme park aspect of it and felt more in line with the first film, like new characters and Indominus Rex was a great addition, and the kills are top-notch. Billy says Jurassic World was not as good as the original trilogy for me, but it is still a fun time. I really like seeing the park up and running as well. And then Tony says, it's just sad that it went downhill from here. Spoiler alert.
Well,
Maybe?
This is what I would like to say, though, in terms of Jurassic World. I wish they did a continuation, meaning I wish the movie had like a cool side plot, like you said, Nate, with the whole like trying to get that military style. Like I wish that was the side plot of the movie, not concentrate much on the park, but towards the end they do something that affects the park, and then the movie ends on a cliffhanger that you're like,
That leads you
fuck.
to the next one.
Yes, that you're like, shit. And then the next movie starts with everyone chaos erupts and, all the dinosaurs are running through havoc, like you can figure that out. But if it started off like that, like you have the theme parks, the kids are like our guide taking us through the stuff, and we're like, wow factor. But then behind the scene, the engine stuff starts to happen. And you're like, whoa, what is going on? And then, Chris Pratt is fighting back. Something happens, and then boom, the movie starts like the last 20 minutes, like chaos erupts, and it just ends on a cliffhanger. And you're just like, whoa. So that would have been me. But
I think that the whole military thing could have been a cool option for the sequel. They kind of pay it off in Dominion, but I mean, we'll talk about that later. But
because the scene with the camera, scene with the camera, and you see them running in the night vision style. I was like, yo, this shit is dope. And you see it from the command center. You see the Raptor vision, and you see them running. I'm like, this is like, where is more of this stuff? Like, I want to see more of this, of them trying to control them. But anyway, with that said, that's that. But that's what I would have done in Alex Jurassic World version. But all right, here we go. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom comes out, the sequel to that one. Triboro, what do you think of Fallen Kingdom?
Fallen Kingdom was okay. They brought back Jeff Goldblum as Ian Malcolm. They added Justice Smith as Franklin Webb to the cast, and bringing back Bryce Dallas and Chris Pratt. I thought it was decent. It wasn't one of my favorites, but there were like some cool scenes in it I liked. And then bringing in the Indoraptor. He was like made from the remains of the
Indominus Rex.
Indominus Rex.
Dinosaur. He was made from the remains of Indominus Rex and the Triceratops DNA, and he was like the new villain in this. And I love the. You have Franklin and Owen and Claire running as well, and they were like, they were in something. They were. It's hard to describe the vehicle they were in, but they all running from the volcano, and that was like the coolest scene.
Oh, aren't they in the little gyrosphere thing?
Like a
the gyrosphere.
Yeah, it's called the gyrosphere.
Yeah. Gyrosphere. Yeah, that. Yeah, it was all right.
He's done.
Okay, he said that was right. All right, Nate, go ahead, take it away. What do you?
All right,
Fallen Kingdom.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I liked this movie more the first time I saw it than subsequently to that. Now I still think there's good ideas in this movie. I can honestly say that in all of the movies, even though there's stuff I hate, and again, I don't think this is like an amazing, perfect franchise, but there's usually some kind of thing I like. I think the first half of this movie is really good, legitimately. Like I really enjoy the first half. It's once we get to the mansion where I'm like, I don't like this as much. Once you're in this like one location, I think the Indoraptor is cool. I agree with Triboro. If you're going to do the sort of spliced dinosaurs, which is what they started with the Indominus Rex, the next best thing is to go with the Raptors, right? They're sort of the secondary or really the main villain in this franchise in a lot of aspects. So having a Raptor that is like that, cool. I understand it. But like the whole auction thing where they're like auctioning dinosaurs, that whole scene I don't like with Toby Jones, and this introduces the cloning with the girl, and I'm like, oh no, here we go with the cloning. Now, I don't like that aspect, and a lot of that is in the second half of the movie. But I think the first half of the movie is pretty good, all the way till that scene where they're leaving the island and the Brontosaurus is like going and it's dying and everyone's sad. I remember in my theater, people were like, no, please. It was like watching a little kid die or something like that, From that part after, I like this movie a lot less. So I think the beginning's pretty good. I think there's some good suspense. I like the scene where they're like in that bunker, like that underground bunker thing. and it's kind of like a suspenseful scene. I think it's pretty good. But yeah, I think the best idea this movie has is the very end, where they kind of allude to the dinosaurs just being free out in the rest of the world. You know what I mean? That end, the beginning's good. The end, for the most part, stinks. And the very end is pretty good. It's like, okay, well, now that's something I could look forward to, right? Dinosaurs just running around all over the place with the lion, and the lion's roaring at it. I'm like, yes, this is going to be good. But we know, well, we'll talk about what happens after. But anyway, I don't love this movie, but I think it's okay, and I like the beginning.
Yeah, I hated this movie. This movie is the tales of two stories. You got the first half, like you said, and then you got the second half. I like the first half a lot more, trying to save the animals. I'd rather them doing a movie that they save the animal, put them in a boat, and take them to another island. That would have been more fun to me, like a Noah's Ark type thing, than what we got with the bidding of $25 million for a Rockalakasaurus. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're making up dinosaurs and they're getting like cheap prices. Like, I'm talking about, there gotta be trillions of dollars here, people. No, 20 million, 60 million, and the dudes are like, wow, we're rich. Like, dumbass, you could have been making hundreds, millions of dollars if you. So, like, for me, I did not like that. Now, the whole cloning of Lockwood's granddaughter. Let me tell you something. If John Hammond stopped talking to you for that reason, then there's a reason you should not put his dumb ass in this series. It's because it's a dumb idea. Cloning people is a horrible idea. Because if that was the case, you could have just cloned John Hammond and brought his dumb ass back. And then you could at least, like, you know what I mean?
You could keep living.
That's right. And then be like, welcome to Jurassic Park 5.
He cloned his daughter.
Yes. So you got the cloning of well, she did it herself. So So my thing is like, I did not like the cloning. It was just so dumb. The ending pissed me off, letting them damn things loose. Because you're gonna tell me you're gonna let loose these dinosaurs that gonna eat random people. I mean, they're just gonna be eating random people. Which, again, if you're gonna make it to a horror movie, sure. I would love to see velociraptors tearing up the hood, because I would be laughing my ass off going to a bodega and raptors running down.
Yeah, because they were like in New York or upstate or something. No,
imagine a flock of velociraptors in Washington Heights,
in the Bronx.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that shit would be pretty funny.
That
Raptors
would be great.
in the
That's
hood would be hilarious. Jurassic Park 6, Raptors in the Hood.
Like, I'm down, bro. That's what it should have been.
It should have been. Yes. Whatever, Triceratops hitting the roofs on building. Like, I would be, you know what? That's cool. We got none of that. None of that. We'll talk about the next sequel. But I didn't like it, bro. I wasn't feeling that storyline, because you knew with Hollywood, they're not gonna let the writers do what they want to do with that type of storyline. They're going to try to, like, water it down. Look at the ending. Perfect example. Jeff Goldblum is talking, and you got an animal in the water, and the dudes are surfing. What is the first thing I would have shown in the movie? I would show that shit eat everybody in one gulp. Like, open his mouth and just come out and eat it. No. They're going to try to, whatever he said, exist together, and you see them surfing and falling, and he's all happy under a wave. No. That's not his first instinct. He's like, this is food. Like, I don't get it. I don't know why they decided to do that storyline, but at the end of the day, it was a poorly written. I think they rushed the sequel. I felt like it was a very rushed job. Great director, because he had a lot of horror tropes. Like, I would say, wow, there was some cool scenes with the horror tropes. Very poor execution. For me, it was very poor execution, and I didn't like it at all. So
this was directed by Juan Antonio Bayona. I like him. I thought he was a good choice at the time. I remember when they announced him, I was like, okay, like, I'm with that. So I agree with you. I don't think the direction is bad. It's the script. No. It's poorly, like, the storyline is very weird.
Yeah, it didn't work for me at all. But yeah.
All right, so Scott says, all I need to say is Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is my last Jedi of the franchise. And we know how he feels about that movie.
Oh, yeah.
He loves it.
a big
Hates
rant.
it. Yes. Tony says, I hate this movie. It's like Terminator Dark Fate, one of those two movies that pissed me off when I walked out of the theater. Frankly, it's easily the worst character in the...
Who?
Frankly, is easily the worst character in the franchise.
Oh, the guy with the glasses, the annoying kid. Is it him?
Oh!
He's like, oh my God, I got my sniffles, like the germs.
Tony,
Remember
tell us
him?
what you're talking about.
He pissed me off. I was like, out of all the characters that die, he never died. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. Oh, Justice Smith. You're talking about Justice Smith's character.
Wasn't he
black
the him. Yeah, him, yeah.
Okay. And then Tony
he's
says,
annoying.
the storyline is atrocious. Human clones? Really? Get out of here. And even the main characters, Owen and Claire, aren't as good as they were in the first film. I take the Shane Black Predator over this. Scott,
No.
I don't think so.
No.
The Last Jedi was more ambitious and took risks, but Fallen Kingdom, just pure stupidity. Alex, you're speaking my language right now. I try to read that in Tony's voice.
Well, no,
hope
I
you
will
felt
say
it.
this though. I felt what you were saying until he said he will watch Shane Black's Predator. That
He
movie's horrible.
He'll get you on his side and then say one thing that gets you off his side.
Yes,
right away.
exactly. I'm with you until you say something. You're like,
Classic
oh damn
Tony.
it, I'm off your.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
This movie's the worst. It's horrible. I would rather watch a worse movie. Okay, and really quick,
All right.
Billy said, I like the beginning, hated the mansion and Clone Girl, and somewhat liked the end. See, okay, Billy's on. He's like me.
He's on
pretty
to
much.
something.
I feel the same way as him.
Yeah.
This was a bad movie overall. So overall,
All right.
not a fan.
So the next one
Okay.
is Dominion. They decided to bring back the OGs with the new Gs to form a sequel Gs. the three Gs. All right, Triboro, what did you get for the last one of this trilogy set?
This one was pretty decent. I feel like Scarlett Johansson was a good casting choice.
No, that's Rebirth.
But,
That's Rebirth.
Yeah, this is the one right
Oh, my
before
bad.
it.
Yeah.
The Dominion. This was okay. I didn't really care for it. I mean, it was alright.
He skipped it to Rebirth.
Didn't want to talk about it. I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, like I said, like my favorite scene was like the bike chase through the streets of Malta with Owen. That scene was like, it was great, but yeah, I didn't really care for the movie.
All right. No, I loved it though.
Short
He
and
was like, what? He went right
and
into
sweet.
Rebirth. All right.
My
Nate,
favorite
what
part
you
of
got?
this movie is Scarlett Johansson as well. Okay, Alex, you know this.
Oh, I already know what you're gonna say. But
I hate this movie. I absolutely hate this movie. You know, everyone always talks about Fallen Kingdom is the worst. Fallen Kingdom. No, this one is the worst. First of all, you get more of the Clone Girl stuff. She's in it again. Don't really care. It does not pay off Okay, this should have just been what the very end of Fallen Kingdom with the dinosaurs out in the world. It kind of is, but not really. They do not pay off that sort of storyline at all. We get a whole thing about bugs, giant locust eating the crops. So you have to buy this pesticide that can only kill these mutant bugs. It was more about mutant bugs than dinosaurs because the bugs show up again. Remember when they're in the facility and they burn it and they got to burn up all the locusts? I'm like, please, I don't care. Then, when they finally realized, damn, our movie stinks, they decide to just drop them in another random island, getting chased around by these weird... One of them's like blind and has long fingers. And I'm like, what is this? It's too long. This movie's like... It feels like it's 3 hours long. I think it's like 2.5. It feels like 3.5. It is way too long. I think the pacing is horrible. I agree with Triboro. The best scene in the whole movie is the action scene in Malta. I think it's great. I do. It's like a legitimately very well shot, exciting scene. The problem is everything before it stinks and everything after it stinks, and they put it right in the middle. I love Dr. Grant. I love Ellie. I love Ian Malcolm. Wasted. They're just here to be here for fan service. Like, hey, remember these people you used to love? Now look, they're old. That's all they're here for. They don't really mean anything to the plot. The plot is horrible. They try to pay off the whole Dotson thing from the first movie. Give me a break. Stupid. You got Tim Cook from Apple as the main villain here. He's the villain now. He's, this movie is the worst. I don't like it at all. I like the one action scene and that's it. I remember leaving the theater so disappointed after seeing this movie because it's already a franchise I don't love, right? And so I'm like, but that last ending, I feel like, and the trailer was great. It was a great trailer. They showed the T-Rex at the drive-in. It's not even like, there's not even a real scene in the movie. They showed all these cool things that meant nothing ultimately it's like a montage at the beginning of the movie. That's where they got all their trailer footage. And I'm like, please with the bugs. Oh, the bugs. This would have been called Jurassic World Bugs. And that would have been a better title. Yeah, I really don't like this one.
I will say this, the scene that you're talking about, because for the first time for this show, I decided to watch the extended version, and all the scenes that wasn't in the theatrical was in the extended. So that theater scene with the theater that he's walking around was in the extended. Anyway,
how long is that one?
It was like 2 hours. Don't even ask me. It was long.
So the regular one's long. I can't imagine.
This one is way longer. It was way longer. But anyway, let me tell you something. So I was in the camp for this movie. I was hurrah! I was all up in it. I was like, yo, this movie's awesome. Until I saw this extended version.
I remember you liked it.
Yeah, I did like it. I was like, yo, this movie's not bad. And I was like, Nate, you smoking crack? And he was like, no, man, this movie's horrible. So I was like, okay. But then I saw the light. And you know what the light I saw, brother? This movie reminded me of Frozen Empire Ghostbusters. And I said, oh, my God. When they had like all 30,000 Ghostbusters, I felt the same way with Jurassic Park. They brought everybody back. You know what? This is the perfect movie, Nate, that they should have brought back. Nate and Triboro, they should have brought back Samuel Jackson with one arm. Like, he just came back. Like,
the robot. Commanding the raptors with the little laser.
Laser arm.
He just uses his finger.
Like Buzz Lightyear.
Just points at them and they run. At least I would have laughed. I would have liked that better.
Yo, that would be so funny. We have a man on the inside in Samuel Jackson. This mother. But yeah, like, I felt this movie felt like Ghostbusters Empire, Frozen Empire. It was chaotic as hell. The first half of the movie is 2 movies into one, people. After watching this extended cut, you have Ellie and Dr. Grant's movie where they have the locusts eating crops. Somewhere, somehow fuses with the world in the world is Lady Lockhart's daughter. And now everyone in the planet is looking for this clone girl. And guess what? She's in the middle of a forest. And now they have people that are wilderness sheriffs for dinosaurs. And I was just like, wildlife sheriffs for dinosaurs. And I was like, what is this? Honestly, it was way too much for me, bro. I was sitting there going, this is so dumb. And when they get to Apple Camp, the campus for Apple, the movie just goes off. I'm like, what is it? Like, what did we do? Secret missions of Ellie going in to get a sample. And then she's going through a tube from that tube. And then miraculously, the stupid truck rolls down the hill. And miraculously, they meet up with the Jurassic World side. And then they get together. And they're like, I know who you are. And by the way, I want people to understand this. In what world will you have characters return and they still wearing the same fucking clothes from 1993? Like, this shit is killing me. Malcolm has the same fucking leather jacket, the black shirt, and the black pants. Ellie has the same stupid red shirt with and Dr. Grant has the same freaking plaided blue shirt with his hat. And I'm like, what is going on here? They're wearing the same clothes, like going, oh, if you guys don't remember, the same shit. And they brand new. Like, them dudes had like 80,000 copies of it. Anyway, I'm going to wear black today. And Malcolm puts on this. Like, I got so dude, I started to feel like you, bro. I was like, yo, this is pissing me off. And then they had to do, and then it starts to irk me, man. And then I'm doing it now. I'm going on the soapbox. It's starting to piss me off. And then they started to recreate a lot of iconic moments. Ellie shows up and she gets on and takes off the glasses to see the locusts eating the crops like they did with the first movie.
Oh my god! Don't get me started.
And then Malcolm takes a stick with a flare and he's like, "Hey, with a locust, come here, get me." I'm like, brother, you're 80 years old. He's gonna eat you in 2 seconds. You're not as flexible in it. Let me tell you something. That pissed me off. I watched this movie really pissed off. Seeing the clothes
I told
again.
you. Yes.
Once I saw her come out with the same clothes from '93, it pissed me off. I said, "Oh my god, I totally forgot." And he had the same jacket. I'm like, bro, this jacket looks like pristine from '93. Like he just went, "Oh, I gotta wear this again." Like I don't know.
You had like that dumb scene with like where the T-Rex like walks in the little circle. It's like, oh, you see that? It's the logo.
See, I didn't mind that. I didn't mind that.
I
don't mind it.
I don't know why is that there.
That just look cool.
What's the point?
I didn't mind
it's not that cool though. It's stupid.
I didn't mind that. I just don't like people wearing fucking clothes from 30 years ago and they still wearing it now. Like, come on. She didn't even wear it in part 3. Like the same clothes.
This movie's worse. To me, it's worse than Fallen Kingdom for 2 reasons. It's way too long.
Oh, it's way too long.
And at least Fallen Kingdom, to me, the first half is like at least part of the movie's good. I like literally one action scene in this whole movie. I don't like any of the plot. I don't like any of the story. I know these characters, but they're not doing it. You're right, Alex. These Dr. Grant and Ellie are trying to figure out the bugs. Ian Malcolm works at Apple. And then Chris Pratt and them, they're going to go get, and I'm like, they're going to all converge. And what I was going to say was where it pays off the thing from Jurassic World is with the raptors, where they have that, where they can like target an enemy. Like that would have actually been dope. Cool to use that in a movie where they're using it for military purposes. Yeah. I would have taken that plot and like them trying to stop it over this movie. So yeah, I don't like this one. I didn't like it the first time I saw it. I hated that I had to watch it for this because I knew I had to, and I was like, oh, here we go. And it's just so after this, I don't know if I'll ever watch it again.
I'm gonna say sorry to everyone because I feel like I went on a soapbox rant. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. Don't apologize. Okay. Ralph said. Ralph said he didn't even want to. Oh, he's talking about Triboro's review of this one. He said he didn't even want to address it. LOL. Yeah. Scott says this movie made me feel like the Jurassic movies were turning into the Fast and Furious movies. I'm just waiting for them to send the dinosaurs into space after I left the theater. This was the one. I feel like they almost went to space. Ralph said Nate sounds like he lost sleep over it. I did, yeah, because I was mad. You're right. I probably did. Billy says, I have not seen Dominion because I heard so many bad things about it. I disliked Fallen Kingdom, and my time is worth more than wasting 3 hours. However, all these years later, I'm somewhat curious. Don't, Billy. Don't do it. Save yourself. You're missing nothing. I promise you on everything. Tony says, Jurassic World Dominion, not as bad as Fallen Kingdom. I disagree. But just as a baffled sequel because they should have did what they done in the last movie that they set up the bugs subplot is stupid. Hey, Alex, don't you dare. Frozen Empire is actually a good sequel.
Oh, my God.
Tony then says, when I first saw the movie, I didn't even notice that was Dotson from the first Jurassic Park. It was a very poor cameo. And
wait, who is Dotson?
No, he's not in it. It's like his brother.
Who's his brother?
From the first. One of the characters in this is the guy's named Dotson. The main guy, the main villain, Tim Cook.
Oh, he's Dotson?
Yes, but it's not, to my knowledge, it's not the guy from the first movie.
He's the brother.
It's like a related. Yeah, they're part of, So I don't know if it's, Tony, I don't think it's the same guy. Then he said, I read that they had 7 writers on set doing rewrites. Yeah. I believe that. Scott says, Alex sounds like me on The Last Jedi right now. And then Tony says, shame on Colin Trevorrow. He did a great job with the first Jurassic World, but could succeed with this one and couldn't succeed, I think he meant. Plus, he was going to direct Star Wars Episode 9. His script was great. I doubt it. I doubt it was great. I doubt it.
All right, so Rebirth came out.
The one Triboro wanted to talk about.
Yes, the one that he really wanted to talk about. Go ahead, Triboro. What do you get on Rebirth?
I thought it was good. Like I said, I think Scarlett Johansson character Zora Bennett. It was a good casting call to me, and having Mahershala as Duncan Kincaid. They were good. To me, they really were like the anchors of this cast. Um, I love the scene where Zora was tracking. They were tracking the Mosasaurus, and she's like trying to shoot it with the tracking device, and there was trouble doing that. And then the little girl in the film with her family, and when they thought that they had died, but they had swam to shore, but they had like a new species of dinosaurs that was chasing them on that boat that they were on, and it was decent. I felt like it was. I feel like a lot of these sequels now, it's like new cast, but it's like the same old thing, and then they introduce a new species of dinosaurs. It was okay, but I do feel like Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali was like the best thing about this one.
Nice. What you got, Nate?
I like this movie. I remember when I went to see it at the theater. A lot of the I saw it obviously Thursday night when it came out, so I had my thoughts already done. I thought it was a fine movie. Like, it was fun. And I remember a lot of people didn't really like it that much. A lot of the reviews I saw were like, I don't really like it. This is the worst. I heard some people say this is the worst one. I have no idea
No.
if those people watched the two before it, but I think this one is pretty lean. It's like under 2 hours, I believe. Moves quick. I agree with Triboro. I love Mahershala Ali and pretty much everything he's in. So I liked his character in this. He was cool. You always got to have at least one like cool character, and he was really cool. I thought ScarJo was a good choice as well. She's a star, and I think she did a good job here. You still have that corporate greed type villain, which is pretty much par for the course with these movies with Rupert Friend's character. So that was cool. This one leans into the whole like dinosaur splicing thing where they have like dinosaurs that don't really exist, like that big what was it, D-Rex, and then those like turkey vulture looking raptors that have like the wings and stuff. Yeah, Alex, I agree with your head shake because I don't love that. I wish they just used regular raptors for that scene, and I wish the D-Rex was just a T-Rex. Like, what is the? I get it, he's way bigger, that thing, but still. I think Gareth Edwards was a good choice to direct this. He did Godzilla. He's done these sort of big budget special effects movies. And so, yeah, I thought it's fine. Do I love it? No. But do I like it? Yeah, I think it's good. I think it has some really good set pieces. It's missing raptors, though. This one is missing raptors. There's the one scene, remember, with the raptor, and it's like in the background, kind of blurry. And then that's it. So I wish we saw him. Right. And last thing, I like the family thing. I could get some people maybe not liking that subplot with the family, like with the little girl and that little dinosaur or whatever. I don't love them, but they have the T-Rex scene in this movie is probably like the third best T-Rex scene in the franchise, with the raft when they're like going down the river. It's not as long. I know Alex, you said the other one was too long. This one's like quick, but it has that sort of like suspenseful. I love with the teeth going on the raft. Like, it's cool. So I think, to me, it's kind of middle, but solid. I enjoyed it.
Nice.
Nice.
So I got to see this in the movie theater with my son. So my son has autism. My son loves it. No, my son loves it. Personally, me, I came out of the deal like, what the hell did I just watch? But he loved it. Yeah, I was just like, Mahershala Ali, I think he fits the world. I like the whole boating thing and that whole I like that. I did not like Scarlett Johansson's character. I did not like her character at all. I'm not a big fan of hers anyway, as a like actress and stuff. So like for me, I was just like, really, like why her? But I wasn't too crazy with her character, so I could care less if they bring her back or not. I hated the family in the boat. I hated that shit, bro. Man, when that thing happened, I'm like, who are these people and why do I care? When I was watching the movie, and it was like the whole focus. I said, I could care. See, and you know what kills me, Nate? This is what kills me. And you hate part 3 with the kids in the damn woods, but you like this stupid subplot with this entire family. Because it's the same thing.
I didn't say I like it. I just, it doesn't bother me.
But it's the same as the stupid
No,
kid.
I just hate, that kid was surviving by himself for mad long on an island with dinosaurs. These people just got dropped in. They're together. It's not just the little. If the little girl was there on the island for 6 months by herself, I would have hated it more. I'd have been like,
but I mean,
ain't no way.
the little girl takes a dinosaur that she never knew, puts it in a book bag, and now they're
baby.
like carrying it away. Oh, come on.
That's to sell toys. See, stuff like that, you gotta watch it for what it is. That's to sell a cute little toy of that
I'm just
little
saying,
dinosaur.
you hated part 3 for that damn subplot, but this is the same one. But anyway.
But that one's done worse.
I guess what that annoyed. I hated the family thing. I agree with you, both of you guys. That whole manipulating the geno to make up new dinosaurs is so dumb. I mean, I was rolling my eyes when I saw the damn thing look like a damn alien coming out. I was like, what is this stupid thing? Like, I was like, and people in the theater was like, oh, sucking their teeth, because I felt the same way too. I'm like, I don't mind the Indoraptor or whatever the hell it was, the Dino Rex or whatever the hell from Jurassic World.
The Dino Rex.
See, the Dino Rex. Like I told you, man.
Rex.
The Indominus Rex. Like, I don't mind that because that looked pretty cool. I was like, okay, that's cool. But this one, they just took it to the next level. I was like, oh my God. And I agree, the whole turkey dude, the whole turkey raptor looking thing. I was like, this is so dumb. Like, why are we following creatures? First, it's creatures that we know never existed. They just making shit up now on they go. And then there's another island. How many islands have dinosaurs? Like, shit. We already went Costa Rica. Like, where are we now? Argentina? Like, I'm like,
a lot of islands out there in South America.
Bro, I am getting so sick and tired of reboots and another island off of whatever Suckatuckaluggal Island with whatever dinosaur. And then what pisses me off in this one is what messes up in this entire movie. Like, I thought it was going to be clever, like going, wow, what is going to release the animals? Like, what is going to destroy this thing, right? It starts with the engine, which looked good. It looked like a horror movie, and I was into it. I was like, yo, this is pretty good. And then another fat guy eating a Snicker, and you're going to tell me, oh, my God, don't tell me this dude is going to cause havoc. Oh, throws a wrapper. No one sees a wrapper flying in the air, in the mist, and getting sucked around. Oh, bro, that pissed me. I wanted to walk out when I saw that thing. The door gets jammed by a Snicker bag. I said, get the fuck out of here. I was like, what is this stupid shit? Bro, Jurassic Rebirth is it's a good movie. Nowhere near. Nah, dude, nowhere near Jurassic World. Like, at all. Nowhere near. Like, Jurassic World.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah, it's nowhere near. Now, maybe Fallen Kingdom and maybe Dominion, sure. Like, I gave it I put it in my whatever number.
I won't tell where it's at, but it's ahead of a
lot of them. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I had to because I'm like, it's better than those, but this movie is another one that I rolled my eyes. Like, how are they greenlighting these things? Like, it's just horrible. Like, I don't know. To me, I just didn't like it as much. Maybe I'm getting tired of the Jurassics. It could be, because if they're going to make another one, it's going to be Jurassic World Rebirths or whatever it's called. Then I'm going to be like, okay. Afterbirth. Yeah, whatever. Like, I'm just going to be like, what more can we do? Like, it's the same shit. We need a sample, and then from the sample, they're going to need it because it's going to cure cancer and AIDS and Parkinson's and Jesus Christ.
Look, to me, this is a franchise that shouldn't even exist. It should have been one movie. It should have just been Jurassic Park, we're done. However, they're here, and so it's like, grading them amongst themselves. This one is mid-tier. It's really not that bad compared to, story-wise, this one's simple. You can have gripes and, stuff like that. I get it. And people do. And I do with other movies. But, at least the plot of this one is simple. They're going to an island to get samples so they can make medicine and stuff. Like, that's the plot of the movie. There is no bugs and this other, gobbledygook about clones. They've already done the whole gene splicing stuff in since Jurassic World. If it says world in the title, you're getting dinosaurs that are mixed with all these other things, because that's all 4 of them.
And they're in the same universe. They're in the same universe. So, like, the whole, the other 2 characters, and all of them are in this universe. So, sooner or later, they're going to bring all 6 of them out. I don't know
Yeah,
how, but they will.
they're all in the same universe, but with the world is where they started with the weirdo stuff.
Yeah, the
Extra weirdo
spicing.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we're gonna make a Godzilla.
Oh my God!
There
Don't
he
even.
is. And he's got a big round head.
Well, anyway, let's rank this thing.
All right.
Let's
I
get
got
to the
the
ranks.
rankings.
Okay.
Okay. So,
let's see how I do this.
let me read while you do that. Let me read the chat. Billy says, I haven't seen this one either, but I might blind buy based on what I've heard. Okay, there you go. Give it a watch. Or maybe you rent it or something. I don't know. Scott says, Rebirth was fun. I think it was cool to see a completely new cast. It took that feeling of having to compete with the other movies out. Left me having a good time. And I remember he saw it in like 4DX or something like that. I think he got bit by a dinosaur for real. Tony says, I really liked Jurassic World Rebirth. It felt very safe, but in a good way. I think it was a good start and definitely better than the last two. And I like the new characters in this one. I didn't really mind the family in Rebirth, and the little girl dinosaur felt like a callback to one of the main dinosaurs of the land before time. I agree. The Snickers bar was definitely very stupid in the beginning. Probably one of the worst production or product placements I've ever seen, aside from Ice Cube's War of the Worlds. Okay. He'll find a way to get there. You can compare any movie to any movie. It's a gift. Okay. You guys ready for our rankings?
Let's see if I can pull this off, but go ahead. Let's see.
Okay. I will give you our rankings. You guys in the chat, please rank along. We're going to go from worst to best. Okay. I got everybody's points here. I put a point system just like normal, and I will tell you how many points they got, and I'll tell you where everyone ranked it. So, coming in 7th place with a grand total of 4 points is Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Okay.
All right. I disagree with this, but it doesn't matter. It's a group ranking. Now, I did have it low. Alex, you had this in 7th out of 7. Triboro, you had this in 7th out of 7. I had it in 6th because Dominion is worse to me. But yes, so this got 4th. Now, in 6th place with a total of 6 points is Jurassic World Dominion. Alex, you had this at number 5. Triboro, you had this at number 6. And I had this at number 7. So me and Triboro had them just flip-flopped. Same spot. Okay. Number 7 for Scott was Fallen Kingdom. And number 6 was Dominion. So he goes with the group rankings so far. Billy, number 7, Dominion, based on other people's opinions. Because he didn't see it. Billy, you got it right. Okay, number 5. Now we're getting up to double digits. So those two are the only ones with 4 and 6. At number 5 with 11 points. Let me just ask you guys, what do you think it is? 11 points. What do you think it is?
I will say Lost World.
Lost World for Alex and Triboro?
Rebirth.
All right. Triboro's correct. Jurassic World Rebirth with 11 points. Yes, Alex, you had this at number 4.
Okay.
Triboro, you had this at number 5, and I had it at number 4. So it was in the middle for all of us.
Wow, this is pretty easy to do. Okay, yeah.
Ended up number 5. Okay, to the chat, Tony has number 7, Fallen Kingdom. Billy has number 6, Fallen Kingdom. Tony has number 6, Dominion. Scott has number 5, Jurassic Park 3. All right. Coming in on our ranking at number 4 with a total of 13 points. What do you guys think?
Number 4, I'll say Lost World. There's no way it's top 3.
I'm going to say Jurassic World.
The first Jurassic World. Okay. So coming in at number 4 with 13 points is, Alex, you got it, The Lost World, Jurassic Park. Alex had this at number 6. Triboro had this at number 3. I have this as my second favorite. This is my second favorite one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I like this one. But again, a big drop. We're talking 1 to 2, big drop. Okay, to the chat, number 4 for Scott is Jurassic World Rebirth. Billy, number 5, Rebirth, also based on other people's opinions. Tony, number 5, Jurassic Park 3. Okay. Now, for us, number 3. We're getting to the top 3 here. With 14 points. So, obviously, 1 point separated 2, 3, and 4. At number 3, What is your guys?
Jurassic Park 3.
Jurassic Park 3 for Alex.
Yep. Jurassic Park 3.
You both are correct. At number
Yeah.
3 with 14 points is Jurassic Park 3. Now, Alex, you had this at number 3. Triboro, you had this at number 2. And I have this at number 5.
I could already guess what 2 and 1 is.
Yeah,
Like,
they're the only 2 left.
Yeah.
But it's pretty obvious, so I'll just tell you guys. At number 2 with a total of 15 points is Jurassic World. And at number 1 with a perfect score of 21 points. Everyone had it at number 1. It is Jurassic Park, the OG. So that is our group ranking. Is there any of them that you think are surprising? I'm going to be honest, I don't. 3, I know you guys like 3 more than me, but I'm not really surprised that it finished 3rd.
Yeah. No, I think, it's funny. I think this is where I think a lot of people will have their rankings. I think this is pretty much spot on. If we do it like a poll, I think this is where the numbers would lie around,
I would agree.
like the top 3, maybe people might put Rebirth in 3. I don't know. Well, I don't know what I don't know where to rate for people Rebirth, because I didn't hear much about that with a lot of people. It's always cold and hot, so I can't say. But if you're telling me
the
Jurassic
same
Park
way
3,
with The Lost World. I know a lot of people
Yeah.
who like either really like it or really don't.
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, this is a weird franchise in the sense that it made millions of dollars, but when it comes to the overall product, I really don't know where the people land on, because a lot of people have likes and dislikes on certain ones that people enjoy and some ones that hate. So, I mean, there's people that love Dominion. So,
Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about. Now, Triboro scared me. I'm gonna give you guys. I'm gonna go to the chat in a second. I'm gonna pull back the curtain. Triboro made me nervous, but he did a typo. He told me when I was asking him for his scores, he said he was trying to figure out if he liked The Lost World more than Jurassic Park. But I think he meant World. I think he meant World, because in his ranking, I was like, if you put number 2 over number 1, I mean, it's your list, but I'm gonna lose my mind live on air. I didn't tell him that. I just left it. But I figured he meant World.
yeah. It makes
once
sense.
I saw his scores.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's finish up with the chat here where we got everybody. 5, I left off. Okay, Scott has number 3, Jurassic World. Tony at number 4, Rebirth. At number 3, Jurassic World. Billy at number 4, Jurassic World. At number 3, he has The Lost World. So the part 2. Scott is like me. He has The Lost World as his number 2 and Jurassic Park as 1. Tony, oh, here we go. Tony did it. Number 2, Jurassic Park. Number 1, Jurassic Park, The Lost World. Okay. Billy has Jurassic Park 3 as number 2 and at 1. Tony, how can you possibly think that The Lost World Jurassic Park is better than Jurassic Park? I don't know, but he's a unique fella, and he got his own taste. So shout out to Tony for always throwing a curveball out there. But he's a sequel. I don't know. He always has sequels ahead of the original. I never know what's wrong with him.
Question.
Yeah,
I want to know
our
question for the people. Someone's texting me saying that they're trying to send super chats, but they can't see it. I don't know from my end. I don't know if can someone clarify to me so I could at least tell the people. Can you send super chat? Because we are monetized. I don't know, like, how that works.
Let me bring up the chat. Let me silent it. Okay.
I never did
here's
it before,
the button.
so
Show your support. I'm gonna click it.
yeah.
And then it says, show support for Geeks and Flick. Membership or membership gifting. I don't see super chat on there. I mean, I've never done one, so I would assume this is where it goes, but I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know how that works.
Me neither. Membership gifting.
I'll look into it. I really don't know. Someone's like, "Oh, I'm trying to send money," but I was like,
Okay, you know what? In this case, if they're trying to send it just to be nice, okay. If you were trying to send it for a question, I would say we're about to wrap it up anyway. If you want to put one question in there, and maybe we can answer it, just since it's not working.
Yeah, I don't know how that stuff works. So I'll look into it. I see gifts and I see supers, but I don't. Oh, you know what?
I've never saw them. I don't know.
I just turned it on. I had to turn it on.
Oh, well, now it's turned on. So if you want to do it, and you're
Super chats.
you're attaching it with a question,
See it now?
we will.
See it in.
Oh
if
yeah,
you
let
see
me
the
check.
button. Now it makes sense. I didn't know you had to turn it on. Well, it's a good thing that I know, right? Oops.
Let me.
Like I didn't freaking know.
Let me refresh. I mean, I don't even know where I'm supposed to go to find it. So whoever's trying to do it, try it if you want.
Yeah, I turned it on. So anyway, it doesn't matter now. We're in the end of the show, but
we're at the end.
Yeah. All right.
But anyway, that is. Let me ask you guys a quick question.
Go ahead.
Do you, Triboro? I'll go to you first since you're our guest. Do you feel like this is a franchise that, like, as a whole, is good, or do you feel that it really maybe should have just been one movie and this franchise shouldn't even really be?
I actually like the trilogy. I think it could have just ended with just the first three, and then maybe if anything you do like a series on streaming. Jurassic World was good, the first one. I wasn't a fan of the other sequels, but because they keep making money, they're gonna keep bringing it out. But I felt like the first three to me were like the best ones in the franchise.
So I feel like it's a good trilogy, and that's it. And then the rest are just sort
Well,
of there.
a good trilogy, and then the first Jurassic World,
And a good reboot.
I think was yeah.
That's fair. Alex, same. What do you think about this as a whole?
As a whole, it's there. It's there, Nate. I just checked. It's
Okay.
there now. I had to turn it on, so that's my bad, people. In terms of the actual show itself, I would say the movie. I would say that I think it should have been a one-off. I was never a fan of sequels for something like this because this movie had a perfect ending to it. They rode into the sunset. Like, what more can you do with dinosaurs unless it just spawned into something, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just continued going on to stuff that you didn't need to. So I agree with Triboro. I think this should have just been a one-off. If you wanted to do like a remake, sure, with better technology, I could see the first one being remade. Imagine the T-Rexes now with all this new CGI. It will look it looks kind of caca, but yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. It still look kind of booty. So it depends on the filmmaker. It all comes down to the filmmaker. But at the end of the day, just leave it a one-off. Like Jaws, they did 4 Jaws, but yeah. At the end of the day,
there shouldn't have been.
No,
I agree with Jaws should have been a one movie. There should not be a Jaws 2 or 3 or 4. I will say this. I agree with both of you. To me, it should have just been Jurassic Park and nothing. However, as it exists, I agree with Triboro. Like, the trilogy, if they would have stopped at 3, I think it's like nice little contained. You have all the same characters in the first movie, right? Then you have one of the mains in the second one of the mains in the third one. You can wrap it up clean. I like World. I agree with Triboro there too. Like, it's fine if they want to do like a one-off reboot. Okay, but at this point, I see these movies because first of all, I see almost every movie, so I'm gonna see it. But I think the first one is the only one that really needs to exist. Same with Jaws. Jaws is a good comparison. Like, even if you like Jaws 2 or 3 or 4, do they need to is there any story left to tell? Jurassic Park, the first one, has a beginning, a middle, and an end. There does not need to be a sequel. It is what it is. But here we are.
Right.
Okay, Tony says, real quick. Tony says, I personally like the franchise. It has 5 movies and only 2 that I don't like. Or 5 that he likes, 2 that he doesn't. Billy says, I think it should have just been a trilogy. So he agrees with Triboro. And then Tony says, question, will you guys and Scott do a franchise review of Jaws for next year? You know what? Maybe. I know Scott likes them garbage.
He loves Jaws 3 and 4. I don't know why.
But I'm all on 4K still, but Jaws 4. Yeah, maybe we get Scott to come on and talk about that garbage. Maybe. We'll see.
I would never forget. I forgot what content creator. They were like, when they announced 3 and 4, and they were like, oh my God, that movie's a piece of crap. And then they were like, well, I'm getting it anyway. Like, how does that work?
Getting it anyway is one of the... That's the answer. That's the classic a physical
Getting it
media
anyway.
collector comment. I'm getting it anyway. Oh yeah, you know what? Just take your money and light it on fire. It's the same thing.
I
It's the
didn't.
same
You know, it's
thing.
funny. I brought Jaws 1 and 2. I did not buy 3 and 4, especially on 4K. I was like, I have them on DVD, and they could stay in that 480p for all I
I
care.
bought
I was like, ugh.
I bought Jaws 1
Yeah.
once. That was it.
One. Yeah, that's enough.
One copy.
That's
Yes.
enough. I mean, anyway, that's another topic for
Another topic for another time.
Yeah. So anyway, with that said, we are back next month in October. We are back in October with Tiana.
We have
right?
two guests.
Tiana. We have Tiana and Jeff, right? Gigolo.
Yes.
What's the other one? Another
Yes,
Gigolo.
John Doe Juggalo. Juggalo.
Juggalo, not Gigolo.
He's a juggalo. This is a gigolo. Well, hey, everybody, don't call him that. But I mean, that's his name. This is
That's my former
Triboro
name.
Gigolo. Yes,
That's
that's
my
his real
former
name. Yeah, that's his former name. And we got
Yeah.
John Doe Juggalo and Tiana from Tiana Loves Movies. They will be
Yes.
coming on for we're doing a horror. It's October. Last year we were
Horror
crackheads.
Oh, yeah.
We were, what a stupid idea we had last year. We did 23 movies because we did 2 rankings in 1 month. We did
That was
Saw and we did
Halloween.
what a stupid idea. And we did a James Wan director spotlight, like all in the same.
That's
time
true.
frame.
Oh my God, that was the worst month last year ever. But
It was hell on earth.
But we fixed that problem. So with that said, we're gonna be doing the Chucky franchise. First time on the channel, we're gonna be doing Chucky. I'm gonna do the entire channel is going to be horror based. So this is what our regular Beyond Cinema is gonna look like going on forward for normal shows. But for October, I'm gonna do an entire horror Beyond Cinema themed look for Chucky. So that's gonna be pretty fun. We're gonna do that. And
8
then try to
movies.
work some stuff.
If anyone at home is wondering, it's
Yeah.
3 Child's Plays plus the Child's Play remake plus Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, Cult of Chucky, and Curse of Chucky, or whichever. I think those are flip flopped.
Whatever Chuckies there are, yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot of
It's
Chuckies.
Yeah, a lot of 8 movies is the franchise.
8 Chucky movies. All right, so we're gonna be doing 8 Chucky movies, and then we're gonna come back for November. Right, we're gonna be doing a November themed.
In November, we are doing with Scott. It will be Rambo franchise.
So we're gonna be doing the Rambo franchise, and then December, because I'm gonna be leaving to Florida for a few weeks. So we're gonna wrap it up with the Predator franchise.
Rich.
December. Yeah, it's gonna be the first week this time. It's not gonna be towards the backlog because we're gonna be going away. So the first week, the first 2 weeks, and me and Nate still have to sit down and talk about it. But it's gonna be the Predators to end out the year of the series franchise, and then coming back, I have some cool ideas to kick off January. Because I'm liking this program. I have more manual overload with this, and I'm having a lot of fun with this thing. So, with that said, Chucky, Rambo, Predator. That is the final 3 series going down the line. So at least you guys will know how we ending the show for the year. It's actually been pretty fun. I've been liking the series franchise. It's been fun.
The franchise rankings are really fun, especially when like someone really hates one that someone else likes, and then someone likes this other one that everyone else hates, and then it's good. Also, you guys make sure you check out the director spotlight. Every Friday, new episodes up. The last one was for Jaws. Me and Alex and our buddy Evan, we do full reviews. So spoiler and everything. I mean, it's mostly old movies. We're doing Steven Spielberg. So if you haven't already, check those out. And if you're enjoying them, let us know. Leave us a comment. Put a comment in there. Let us know your thoughts on that movie that we're covering. We've been having a lot of fun doing it. So we hope everybody's enjoying it too.
Yep. And in terms of 4K reviews coming out for the week, I have Superman, Jurassic Park Lost World, and then I'm going to be doing the Nightmare on Elm Street 4K box set. I'll be getting it Tuesday, so I got to see how I'm going to work that out because I have a lot of reviews to drop. So, I know a lot of people, this is another thing I got to get out the way. We've been getting a lot of people hitting us up doing more than one live streams. Not for this year, starting in January, because this is a new program, and then the kids are getting older, so I have to work out the time slots with the kids because it's for me it's a big juggling a lot of acts. So January we'll kick in another live stream. I got to figure out what it is. But I'm working on some ideas that's gonna be fun. But it's not gonna be like another series franchise. I'm trying to do a really fun one.
Oh no, one
so-
franchise ranking.
Yeah.
I was even gonna talk to you. Maybe we do them like every other month next year, and then we could vary the shows. That way, we're doing like mix it up a little bit. But yeah, no, 2 a month. We don't got time. Alex got a family. I have a job. Like it's just we do what we can. These even take up quite a bit of time. So Triboro, I want to say thanks for watching the movies and making the time to come out. It was great having you. We haven't had you on in a while. We'll definitely have you on again. Sooner than the amount of time it was since the last time.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Yes.
I just want to say thank you for always supporting what I've done over the years and having me as a guest. I appreciate you guys. I want to give a special salute to Nick from Movie Impulse. Shout out to him. Check his new video. He did a dope video on Goodfellas, classic mafioso movie. Shout out to Jerry, Dawn of the Dead. Those are my peoples. And follow me on That Ain't Rap Podcast on YouTube. And also, I'm also on another platform called Echoes and Essence with a whole bunch of great friends as well. And yeah, this was fun. Anytime y'all want me back, I'll definitely be here.
Yeah.
We gotta do another music show with Triboro. He's the music guy. We gotta tie in our music knowledge and bring him on for like a music theme show.
We got music movies.
We had him on before for
movies.
Was it soundtracks? Or
we did movie soundtracks.
Yeah, we got last year. That was last year.
Yeah, we did movie soundtracks. Yeah,
that's fun.
Yeah.
We could do another movie based thing.
Best movies based in the music industry with Triboro Gigolo. CB4.
Oh, I see. Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah, like music biopics or stuff like that.
Okay.
That's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
That is a good one. We'll plan that out. All right. With that said, I am exhausted.
Let's go to sleep, guys. It's bedtime.
With that said, guys, it's been 2 hours. Enjoy your night. Be awesome to each other. Thank you so much, Triboro Gigolo. Be awesome to each other and geek out.